There it is. How about a little bass? Give me some bass.
Welcome to the Steelers Realm Podcast. And now, here are the boys of Steelers Realm.
Oh, yeah. Here we are once again back in the Steelers Realm Podcast. Welcome, everybody. I'm one of your hosts, JT, and our cast tonight, my man, famous TA and Kitch in the house with us tonight. Nolan on vacation. Hit the big skies here earlier today, so won't be joining us. Freight train is he's going to be tied up for a while, but hopefully he'll be joining us in a little bit too. So, but for now, it's the triple threat tonight, boys. How we doing?
Man, I'm doing great, JT. I mean, life is good. It's summertime, man. We're getting ready to hit the dog days of summer.
It is summertime, prime time, all-star season for baseball now. So,
and the Pirates have the two top pitchers in the league.
Yeah. If you
How long will
seen that guy pitch, Steeler Nation,
would they be able to hold on to him by the end of the year?
Well, it may be too good. Who knows? They may shut him down. I don't know. Dude throws hard all game long. I don't know. But, yeah, things are dog days of summer, too, and we're big into it up at the hardware store, too. Kit's keeping us straight up there. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing great. Season's coming soon. It just needed to be football, dude. This time of year. Like, it's great to be outside. It's great for it to be nice, but I just want football back.
Yeah, well, we're it's just like one of these weeks. There's not a lot to talk about, but we're going to talk about the shit anyhow. So looking forward to doing that. I cut this article once again. The Athletic has a lot of good stuff. If you can sign up. I think it's $1 a month, something like that, but get some good insight for some of the writers on there. But, one of the things that we mentioned was a kind of a look ahead at what might be the possible 53-man roster. But what I thought we would do a little bit later, once we get into some other news and stuff like that, is, touch on who we think has a lock, and then maybe, we'll certainly be digging into that later this season as training camp progresses, and we'll start getting into that as the roster cuts become close for sure. But we thought we'd take a high-level look at it, who's got a lock on it, and other stuff to talk about in the news as well, too. So we thought we would kick things off. Kitch, since we got you rolling here, have an announcement. We're going to be on another platform. You want to tell us about the Discord?
Yeah, so we recently just started setting up our Discord, and hopefully it'll be a good way to kind of like grow a community around Steelers Realm and be able to interact even more with people, or, even just hop in. Any one of us, of the realm here can just kind of hop in live and interact.
Open Steelers chat anytime, 24/7, right? Pretty much.
Yeah. Pretty much it'll just be a full-on localized like group chat, and we'll be able to hop in and just kind of like, like Freight Train could probably even run off the rails on it entirely. You can just hop in at a moment's notice.
Yeah, well, we're definitely looking forward to exploring those opportunities, what that stuff can bring too. So,
you're giving him way too much credit.
Well, I was just using that as an example. I mean, you can hop in and do your own spin.
There's no hopping and hopping out with him. Hopping on, jumping on.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
You got to jump that train. You got to be pretty quick, or it'll be gone. Yeah. Yeah. So, but yeah, that's cool. So just another medium, another platform. Big shout out, Jeremiah. Thanks for jumping in, man. Shout out to you too, Jeremiah. Thanks for tuning in. And sorry for the break there in the action. You guys still having some? You hearing us? Okay. We have any technical difficulty?
I am. I'm wondering if it's me here at the hotel because you guys are kind of got that little hollowy, background. I'm wondering if it's me.
I don't know. Kitch, how's it sound on your end? Just a little quick. Sorry, folks. A little quick.
I mean, everything sounds fine. I mean, whenever we were first booting up, like the intro and everything, it was bugging out on me a bit. I thought I was going to lose connection, but it's fine now.
Okay. Well, let's keep it rolling then. Just wanted to check into that. But anyhow, yeah, thanks for tuning in again. A little early this week. Not a whole lot to talk about, but we thought we'd jump on here and kick some stuff around and see if you guys had any topics that you wanted to discuss as well. I know each of us have a few things we wanted to kick around. So let me do this. Let me just throw it over in your corner, TA, and see what's on your mind, Steelers-wise, from this week's goings-ons.
Look, I just want to know, are we football players anymore, or are we boxers? Between Le'Veon Bell, Brown, now it looks like we got a quarterback who boxes. Man, I mean, at one time, the off-season workout was just a little basketball for charity games. Now we're out there really trying to enhance the CTE. I'm really liking the decisions we're making.
Just throwing on there. Well, it looked like, I don't know, did you guys see the little video clip of him doing, it looked kind of like a good shoulder workout, actually. He was kind of coming up, uppercuts type of action there. So it looks like it could be a good shoulder workout.
Hey, look, if he's allowed to go ahead and, I don't know, let's say just kind of do a little uppercut to the inside linebacker coming in, or a drop kick and then still be able to throw the ball, hell, I'm all for it, man. They did it in the replacements. Why not again?
Well, I was thinking he'd be able to better defend himself if his helmet gets ripped off like other quarterbacks from the Steelers do. At least he'll be able to throw and probably land a few during that kind
Yeah,
of
he can do some bopping and weaving. He might not get clubbed with his own helmet.
Yeah, exactly. So
I mean, we know he got the biggest defender in our division, so.
Hey, Lynn Swan took ballet, so why couldn't Russell Wilson take some boxing, man?
Well, at least ballet, that had a meaning to it. It was like a little tiptoe through the tulips. It didn't enhance the CTE, which is why Lynn was able to go on and broadcast for another 20 years without slurring his speech.
Well, I don't think
I just like this.
Yeah, I don't think any of his sparring partners are going to be landing any blows.
And you're right. I get it. If we're just doing nothing but shadow boxing, it's a great way to get in shape. I mean, I've never seen an out of shape fighter before. I mean, maybe that's not necessarily 100% true, but I think you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah. What was it? What was that bean? What was his name?
It's like Butterbean.
Butterbean. That's it. Butterbean.
Yeah.
If any of you watch Jackass, you've seen Butterbean.
Yeah.
Butterbean.
Johnny Knoxville takes him on in a clothing store. But anyhow, yeah, that's probably
Down there dressed up as sumo.
Huh?
They're dressed up as sumo wrestlers in the middle of the store. That might have been a different time.
Yeah, it was a different one. No, these guys had boxing gloves on, and he just went toe to toe with Butterbean, man. And he just got beat to hell right in the store. People were freaking out. Ladies are screaming. It's great. Look it up, man. Check it out. It's funny.
Well, he was an actual sheriff, right?
What's that?
Did you know he was an actual sheriff?
Butterbean.
Butterbean was.
I did not know that.
Absolutely. That's how they do it down there in the old GA, aka ATL.
ATL. Yeah. Hey, Chris. Thanks for jumping on. Jeremiah says Jackass needs to be the nickname for Cleveland. Well, we know that.
That might be giving them too much credit, though.
Excuse me. I think just calling them the Browns. It pretty much says it all.
Yeah, the Browns is the Browns.
Yeah. Even the Ravens and the Bengals became the Browns last year. So I was happy to do that. I was happy to go 5-1 in our division. Just kind of sucks that, if you think back of the hand that we were dealt last year and to still go 5-1 in our division, that's more than I would have hoped for last year. So says a lot, but hey, we're in for a fight this year. That's for sure. And the schedule is no easy task come December. Then you have the Hard Knocks thing. We talked about that a little bit last week. So it's going to be this December football is going to be pretty interesting. But got to get through that first. We got to get through camp. So I'm looking forward to that. Everybody get their tickets, right? Friday Night Lights. We'll be there. We'll have the boys with us. My oldest will be there with my grandson as well, too. So I'm looking forward to seeing you guys down there. I know Kitch got his ticks. TA's got his ticks. So looking forward to
my picks. I'm getting ready to be 6. We're all good, buddy.
Yeah, definitely. Hey, Chris. Yep, we did get some nasties rolling through here and there, but wasn't as bad. It seemed like a lot of it was north of where we were. But I saw where Blairsville got hit. One of our friends was down there. They got hammered down there. Tornado watch. I don't know.
No, there's a confirmed tornado outside of Delmont.
Okay, yeah, right down the 22 corridor there. All Yinzers know 22. One of the 2 main roads out of the burg. But yeah, so boxer he is. Anyhow, what else going on, man? What else? I know we threw a bunch of stuff out earlier before we end. Hey, got a new listener. Greetings from Mexico. Greetings to you, man. Thanks.
Hola.
Yes, indeed. Chris said got a tornado went past where he lives. Whoa, man. Dude.
Tell them to snap pictures, man. They're worth a lot of money.
That's right. You're the first one. Storm Chaser. Chris the Storm Chaser. Yeah, man. Welcome from Mexico. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate the listen. Please, if you like what you hear tonight, we're stumbling through it. We are freewheeling.
So here's something. Since we've got our listener from Mexico, I got a question. What do you think is going to happen first? Do you think because it's been a hot minute since we've played, out of the country.
Right.
Will that first game be Mexico or will it be Ireland? Oh, don't everybody jump in and answer that question all at once now.
Well, I don't know. I'm kind of leaning. It's hard to say. It's hard to say.
I'm leaning towards Mexico.
Yeah, I was kind of too.
We've announced several draft picks from there. There's a very large Steeler fan base down there.
Oh my, yes.
Yeah, it would. That's pretty much like a layup. Like we'd absolutely have like a packed stadium for that.
And I think we've proved that over the last couple of years. During the draft. What was it? The 1 year there? What was 2 years ago? I'm trying to think of the soccer legends. His mom and parents opened their homes to Woodley and and Hightower or Highsmith. Did you guys ever see that?
No.
So if you remember during the draft there 2 years ago, because they both share the same jersey number, They were both down in Mexico to make the pick, and they made it with the Mexican soccer star. And then not only that, then they actually ended up spending a couple of days with his family, and they gave him the royal treatment. It was actually pretty cool to watch. Even toward a tequila distillery.
Well, I can tell you this.
Mentioned it,
Go ahead, Gitch.
I was saying, now that you mentioned it, I remember that pick being announced with Woodley and Highsmith, but I didn't know about anything after. That's awesome.
It's very cool. It's very cool. Well, it kind of reminds me, and then we play them again this year. I was in the airport after a weekend that the Cowboys were in Pittsburgh, and man, there was a ton of travelers from Mexico in the airport, and they were all heading back. I think I have a picture somewhere with me in another group. We all had like Steeler stuff on. It was pretty cool. But yeah, we're going to have that again this year too. So you'll see a lot. You'll see a lot. They travel well. October 6th to 8:20 p.m. That is what is that Thursday? Is that the Thursday night game? Did I lose you guys?
Oh no. I'm just I'm bringing it up here.
October 6th. It is it's a Sunday night game.
I remember it as a night game.
Yeah. Guadalajara.
Guadalajara.
Woodley and Highsmith. There you go. Excuse me. There you go. Be many fans.
Oh, I tell you what. Yeah. Sergey makes a good point, man. All those fans traveling to Pittsburgh for the Cowboys game.
Exactly.
I bet you that will be Mexico City Central, man.
Oh, you know it. You know it. I mean, like I said, I was at the airport that Monday after the Cowboys came to town. That was years ago, but yeah, man. Big contingent. They travel well. Thanks for tuning in, brother. Appreciate it.
Well, all Steelers Nation travels well, man.
Yes, no doubt. They're like, well, I mean, a lot of fans, a lot of Pittsburgh fans in there are like, well, they travel well. Not only do they travel well, but they are everywhere as well.
Yeah,
they just show up.
That's what I was gonna.
They show up.
That's what I was definitely what I was gonna say. Yeah, I actually have a book that has an article from whenever Jerome Bettis, shortly after winning Super Bowl 40, went to Italy, and he was talking about how there was a guy in the crowd waving a terrible towel, and he said it best: "It's not a Steelers country; it's a Steelers world."
Yeah, no doubt. Dude, I remember early on, like the computer chat days, they were like bulletin boards. They weren't, chat rooms or programs that you chatted in. These are like DOS type chat boards. I remember chatting with Steeler fans over in Germany, and that was early when Dish was just becoming available for them to buy programming to watch the Steelers over in Germany and other, international countries. So that was pretty cool. That was one of their links to keeping local what was going on with the team. So cool stuff. Steeler fans are everywhere, man.
All right. So basically, you two are saying Mexico is going to be the first place we go to go out overseas?
Thinking that.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to disagree and go with Ireland.
Yeah.
I think
Ireland. I get the Ireland.
Yeah, I get it. I get that part too. Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the Rooney connection to Ireland, I fully get that. But I just as far as at the end of the day, they're a business, and they're going to go with where they're going to have the largest gathering. And I guarantee that's Mexico.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I think you're absolutely right, but I also think that you can pull a couple of other teams down there in lieu of and get that same kind of draw. You're not going to do that if you send the Jacksonville Jaguars over to Ireland.
No, but you could send the Cowboys too. There's a lot of Cowboys fans too. in South.
Cowboys fans stop right there about the Oklahoma Panhandle. The rest of them are all just, I'll be nice. I was going to say folks who lost their way. The wagon wheel fell off the Conestoga and they just sauntered up north.
Oh, my.
But hey, I'll tell you what. Speaking of Texans, real quick, since we're just throwing things out there, what do you guys think about James Washington as our number 2?
Well, there you go. There's a hook.
I mean, because James Washington, man, I mean, he put that video out here this week. He doesn't look half bad. He's trying to let people know, man, hey, at 28, I'm not damaged goods. I might have had that freaky foot accident, but I can still run, I can still catch, and I've been rehabbing like an SOB. Put me on the team, coach.
Hey, I was always a big supporter of James Washington. I thought he got the short end of the stick. I think he got the balls thrown to him were cut dramatically short for one reason or the other. Never did find out why, or if he just wasn't one of those kind of targets. But I think he was one of those just between that, didn't have all those catches. He wasn't one of the top 3 or whatever. Didn't get the catches, and so he was just a casualty of the business, I would think. But always rooted for him. Big, tall, lanky receiver.
Yeah, I mean, Wash is pretty stocky.
Yeah, he's stocky, not tall. He's stout.
But yeah, I mean, I was always a fan of Wash. If he can come back and, actually get the reps he deserved when he was here last time, he could probably make some noise as a number 2. I mean, I don't think he's going to be like legit premier number 2, but he'd actually be serviceable. I'd say he has a solid shot with the other guys competing for that spot.
I mean, because the way I look at it at this point in time, with all the other wannabes on our team, he's got just as great a shot as the rest of them do.
Yeah, I'd immediately put him up there with like Cal and Roman Wilson.
And the one thing I did like about him, I think that when he went up for a ball, at least he contested it.
Maybe that's what I saw in his play. Looking it up, he was only 5'11", so you're right there. But he
plays much bigger.
Yeah, he played bigger. He was rangy, and a good contester for the ball when it was up. Did fight for it.
And the thing that gets
I was pretty bummed when he went to Dallas.
Well, but he wasn't in Dallas very long. I mean, you figure he's been on 5 NFL teams.
Since he left us, he's just been floating around.
Yeah, he hasn't stuck anywhere. Well,
this is an old stat sheet. What is he's with Indianapolis? So the Steelers for 4 years, Cowboys in 22. Where'd he play last year? Colts.
Yeah, but he broke his foot last year. He's actually been, he broke his foot, so he's been out of the league for a hot minute. But I don't know. The farmer in me kind of likes old James.
Well, I threw it out to the group. Let's see. Anybody kick it back? Should we sign him? So let us know what you think, guys. Appreciate that. Something else I saw before we get into it, and then we'll jump into our thoughts on who might have a lock at the 53-man roster. Just a brief high-level overview, but we didn't really talk.
Wait a second, JT. Was that you with the music?
No. Was somebody playing? I didn't hear it.
I never mind. I could have swore it. I was like, never mind. My apologies for interrupting.
Well, something I came across it again and wanted to throw this out there to you guys and what your thoughts on this about the NFL to test the first down technology during the preseason with the for first downs. Did you guys see that?
I did.
I don't think we kicked that around too much, but what are you guys' thoughts on that?
We're going to go high tech sooner or later, JT.
It's only a matter of time.
It's only a matter of time. I'll give you a prime example. During the NHL playoffs and traveling, I was at the airport and was just listening to a conversation as one of the playoff games was going, and there was a couple of women says, I just could never get into hockey. I just can't see that puck. It's so hard to see the puck. How do they know where it's going? It goes so fast. I just couldn't watch it. And I'm thinking to myself, Fox kind of came out with that years ago where, they had the little black dot that used to follow the puck.
Yes. Like a trail.
Like a trail.
Like a trail with it, too.
Exactly right. I mean, I can kind of see that coming for your novice viewers. Another element to the game to be able to bring in the fandom to continue to pay this machine, especially not change the subject, especially since they just lost $4.88 billion to the Sunday ticket scam.
That's right.
Cool.
That's right.
Yeah.
Sure, that'll be appealed, but yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. How about that stuff?
Yeah, it'll be appealed and this, that, and the other. But hey, let's not digress here or switch topics. So, yes, do I see at some point in time a microchip put into the football and like maybe the loft of the ball now becomes a stat, or the spin and the rotation becomes part of the stat?
Oh, yeah. Imagine
or the hang time. I mean,
Right.
There's so much they could do with technology with one chip in a football.
Well, like I've been seeing for probably at least the last 10 years. Hey, even when I was back in high school, I remember reading an article that the NFL put out that they were starting to kick around that idea way back then. I remember they, not so creative, just referred to it as chip and ball technology, which, huge win for them there on the naming. But yeah, I mean, it's going to happen sooner or later. We already saw it in, what was it, the last run of it was the first spring league that came out in like 2020, like around then. I don't remember which one it was, but I definitely remember that they had like a microchip in the ball that was like, would tell them if it crossed the sticks, since they had chips in the sticks too.
Well, here's some to tee off of that. There's some technical stuff. What they're saying is, it's intended to make a more accurate measurement system, reduce the amount of human error, and of course, that's but they explains that the game footballs do have microchips in them, but the technology doesn't actually use those, and instead is based on optical tracking for the technical aspect. And according to this, it's already been used at MetLife Stadium for the Jets and the Giants, and Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, but needs to be installed in stadiums around the league in time for this preseason testing, though. So, but you're still going to see the chain gangs out there, boys and girls, just to be used as reference points for players and fans. We look over and see the chains.
The one thing that they don't say is what kind of technology is it? Is it GPS? Is it cellular? I mean, I'm almost wondering if it's some kind of mapping technology.
Well, they call it optical tracking. So I don't know, whatever that is.
It's probably GPS with a fancy name. What's that, kids?
Said it's better than just calling it chip and ball technology.
CIB. He's got the CIB turned on now, folks. Look out. Crazy. So we'll see. I guess we're going to see it in preseason. Looks like it. And according to this article, may be applicable to be a rule change in 2024 if it passes. So anyhow, just thought I'd throw that out there and see what you guys thought on that. But I can see it totally. I mean, look back to some of the stuff, it's out Steel City Star. If you guys haven't been to Steel City Star's site, both his website and his Twitter account, he has a ton of vintage Steeler footage out there. I was just checking out some Cordell highlights earlier. But yeah, the difference between just like television and special effects and graphics from like 60s and 70s compared to where we're at now, it's crazy, man.
You mean more so than just the great big oversized shoulder pads?
It's the eye in the sky.
I tell you what, I have to admit, with the eye in the sky, and if you go to a live game and you're seeing all of the cables and the camera come swooping in and out and everything, I really am surprised that it's never been hit in a game.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Now Dallas Stadium, the scoreboard's been hit plenty of times by punters and kickers.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Punters started aiming for that thing.
Yeah. How many times did you hit it during warm-ups?
Oh, I've seen it happen in game too.
Oh, yeah.
I think former Jags kicker Brian Anger, I think I remember seeing him do it. I'm pretty sure Pat McAfee did it at one point. Like, guys just pretty much put it as like a bucket list. If you're a punter in the NFL, you got to hit that scoreboard.
Yeah, and you play in the stadium and have a chance to kick, you got to hit it. Got to hit it.
Yeah.
That's funny. That's funny. Good stuff, man. Well, let's move on. So let's hit this 53-man roster thing. Start right off the bat. We're just going to kind of go around the horn. Since Freight Train isn't here, we're just going to go out and say it. Russell Wilson's a lock for the starter on the 53. And what do you think? Number 2? He's going to be the number 2. Fields is locked pretty much to for the roster.
What? You're not giving my boy Kyle Allen a chance?
Him or the other dude, maybe we'll save one for the practice squad. But
what's his name? Plumlee? Wasn't there a cartoon with a guy named Plumlee?
Plumlee.
Plumlee.
You're right. There was Plumlee. My kids would pick that up right away. Yeah,
I think he's got a chance of making it more so than Kyle Allen.
Yeah,
Yeah. We love the underdog here in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, keep the young kid. Why not?
Yeah, we love the underdog.
Yeah. They're just bodies right now. They're just camp bodies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, let's move on. Pickens. Let's while we're on the offense, Pickens. Definite number 1. Do we have a number 2, boys?
I think that's just been way overplayed. In all honesty, it's way overplayed. I don't think we need a number 2. There's more than enough threats on here. If you can't get the ball to somebody else, we've got a serious problem, and it's not because I don't have a number 2 wide receiver.
Right.
Yeah, and I fully agree with that. While we're on this subject, I'm just going to throw this out here now and just kill the discussion.
I teed it up.
So,
nail it.
Let's just all put to bed that Brandon Aiyuk is not coming to Pittsburgh.
What? What do you mean he's not coming to Pittsburgh? What?
Everything I'm seeing is either the Niners are keeping him, and if they do trade him, they're going to trade him to a complete dumpster fire, specifically the one he kind of wants to go to, being the Commanders. If they could trade him, he's going to end up with Jaden Daniels. They're not sending him to Pittsburgh. So, I mean, if he does still force his way out to go to the Commanders, it's probably going to be one of the single dumbest moves I've ever seen a receiver make. I mean, you're leaving a proven winner to go play for that. I mean, I don't really have much to add to that.
I mean, like a Browns Watson move?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, just the NFC equivalent. I mean, that's really all the Commanders are. They're the Browns of the NFC.
Is it them or the Carolina Panthers?
Well, actually, since Tepper took over, that's a fair assessment there. I don't know. I think the NFC has, I mean, if you talk their whole history, like 3, because I'd throw the Cardinals in there.
That's true.
I don't know. They're a little more Raiders equivalent, but we're kind of getting off topic here.
True.
You know, they were the retirement home of the NFL for a long time.
True that. But hey, had to be said, man. So that's
Yeah.
2 names off our list that we just do not mention ever again.
Until he signs at the end of next week.
Then
Hey,
we'll
if it
jump
happens,
for
we'll
joy.
talk about it. But
Yeah, and then we'll all jump for joy then. But you know, kind
I'm not jumping for joy.
of
Because the way I look at it, with all of the hassle that he's put San Fran to, why do I want him here in Pittsburgh? We had one of those guys. You see how bad it didn't work out, and we just got rid of another one. I don't want Aiyuk here at all.
yeah, we don't need a locker room cancer.
Well, you know what? That's probably why you've seen nothing. Like that's in my opinion, that's going out on a limb, and the Steelers just don't play like that.
Okay, so here's a legit question. Let's get back to the subject at hand. Just looking at this, does anybody honestly feel Calvin Austin is going to make a difference this year?
I
Feel
he's
or
underrated.
hope?
I think he has a chance.
Yeah.
Now, is that the Steelers love a good underdog story here, guys? Because that's what we're talking about here. Third string quarterback, going to get to see the field. But in all reality, has he really did anything to make that next step? I understand he got hurt last year. He played every game. Maybe he had 5 terrific plays. But was it the quarterback? Was it the scheme? Or was it the wide receiver? And what makes us think, even if it's Russell, that all of a sudden Austin becomes the next Aiyuk?
Well, I don't know about the next Aiyuk, but I have a pretty good argument for that. And that Calvin Austin's play style is very, very familiar to Russell Wilson, as he had a receiver very much like him with Lockett in Seattle. Like, they played very similar. He'll take the top off the defense. He's a little guy that can play inside or outside. He can play bigger than he is. I would be willing to give him benefit of the doubt, considering the fact that out of these other 2 things that you mentioned, the quarterback and the scheme, last year we had already given way more benefit of the doubt than we needed to up until that season to both, he who shall not be named at quarterback and Matt Canada himself. So, I feel like Calvin Austin deserves a shot. And, I mean, who knows? He might absolutely blow it. We'll be looking at getting a receiver high next year. But I don't know. I think he has a solid chance to make a difference. And he doesn't need to be a top flight guy. Our top receivers this year, I feel, are going to be Pickens and Freiermuth anyway, especially Freiermuth. I think he's going to have a huge year.
Well, I think I don't know if he's going to have a huge year. He has to have a huge year. And if he doesn't, then Washington does. Somebody from the tight end room is going to have to go ahead and pick up the pace.
The Moose going to be running loose this year.
Well, you know what, Kitch? I hope you're right. But being a Steeler fan, I mean, I don't know. It's been 30 years since I've seen a tight end run loose. Matter of fact, not quite 30. Well, maybe it has been. Eric Green, he was in the mid 90s, right, JT?
Yeah, right. Big Eric Green.
What about the year? What about like the 2013 season when Heath Miller was our leading receiver? You can't forget about Heath.
Yeah, but to me that was an off year. It wasn't consistent. It wasn't that we really went to him. As far as Heath goes, what Heath was he was Hines Ward's replacement, if anything. That I need that third down catch, that tough catch over the middle. That's what we're really asking for here in Pittsburgh, is who can make that tough catch over the middle on third down when we need that play.
I'll tell you who it's going to be eventually. Do you have any guesses who I think it's going to be eventually?
Mr. Pickens?
Wilson.
We don't. Yeah, Wilson.
Wilson?
Roman Wilson.
I agree with
honestly
that.
think
Slot guys.
he's gonna like. It kind of reminds me of Heinz Ward in a lot of ways, but yeah, I think he's got the potential for that and can do a lot of damage.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, I can agree with that. Good slot guy is worth a lot these days. I think Rome can be that.
Oh yeah, I mean we've seen our team get picked apart by guys like that.
All right, what's the next position?
Well, here to wrap that up, I threw this out here. Do you think the Steelers will sign a veteran receiver before the 53-man roster is final?
I think if they want to hear the media shut up and move on to another topic, absolutely. Do I think they need to? No. Is it nice knowing we're going into the season at 15 million under? It is. But if you look back on years past, I mean, that's kind of the cushion that we have just in case there is a problem that occurs or arises that we need to address. It's fluidity. We have liquidity in our team.
Yes, yes. And of course, we're not shy of situations where we may need that money too. So,
Absolutely.
lot to come from that too. So,
and there could be a contract extension or two right around the corner that we're unaware of.
Right. That's kind of what I was thinking. That big guy on the other side of the line might be one of those. But
Cam Hayward could be getting a 10-year contract with $800 billion guaranteed.
I don't think so. I think you'll see a lucrative 2-3 year deal, though, be put out there. Hopefully he jumps on it and then decides to retire for that. Like, come on, dude, what do you want? So, and of course, we're not in the negotiation room. So, well, let's keep moving along. I think this next group, and how about we just wrap it up with the offense? We'll get into it next week because who knows what we'll have to talk about then as well too. But running backs, I mean, Najee, of course, no 5th-year extension. Jaylen Warren, suitable. Could be a starter if need be. And then we just signed our special teams guy. Why is my mouse not working? I think my
did you feed your mouse?
Patterson. Yeah, look,
he does need cheese.
Look, there is no there. Yep, he just ran out of energy. So feed the mouse.
You got to give him new pellets every once in a while, JT.
Yeah. So we're locked there. Let's talk tight ends. I mean, really, I see us pretty much a lock there, Kitch. What do you think?
Yeah, 100% lock. I mean, 1 Fryermuth, 2 Wash. 3 is a bit like, I mean, obviously we're going to keep Connor because he plays fullback too, but
Right.
the question mark at tight ends, Michael Pruitt. Arthur Smith basically brought him with him. He played for Tennessee.
Okay.
I mean, he's a depth piece. I don't know if he'll actually make this roster with the talent in the tight end room, but that's about the only question mark I have in that group.
Okay. All right.
Well, is everybody satisfied with the running back room first? Because we talked about it, but I wanted to mention that I don't think Cardell Patterson makes this team.
Ooh. Okay.
I'm just throwing that out there. I really don't think he's going to make this team.
As a running back, I think he makes the team as a special teams player.
I don't even think we need
I
him.
agree with that.
I don't think we need him as a special teams player.
Who you putting back for returns? And don't say Justin Fields.
I could because everybody else is saying that, but I won't. But what I will say is that you have quite a few wide receivers here, i.e. one of them being Austin, who could go ahead and take that role. And I don't see why he couldn't take that role. So
that's possible.
And I would be even okay with Roman taking that role. He could potentially do that role as well.
Oof.
And when we talk about corners, and we haven't got there yet, there's a corner that I wouldn't mind seeing back there as well either. My point is I'm not sold on slow old Cordell Patterson anymore, especially with the change to the dynamics of the kick return.
Yeah, but like after the dynamic of the kick return changed, that like immediately is when we signed him.
It is.
But they didn't make it. They couldn't have made it any more obvious that that is the sole reason we signed him.
Within 2 hours. Yeah.
But I think that was more of a smokescreen than anything. I don't think that that's why they signed him.
I mean, I could see Cal taking that. On punt returns last year, he actually did really good.
Yeah, I mean, because
there were a few times he was a step away from breaking one.
Yeah, I'm okay with him going bye, and just to throw in then as a tight end, your starting three, of course, are going to be Freiermuth, Washington, and Hayward.
Yeah.
And the only one that I really want to see what's going to happen is Hot Rod, because I think Hot Rod deserved to be on this team. He did a great job for us last year. We went ahead and let him go, brought him back. I would like to see what that kid can do.
Okay. Well, that's what the camp's all about, right?
It is. And JT, we're waiting to hear, what do you think?
Yeah. Well, no, I think those three are pretty much a lock. I'd like to see young kid get in there in the mix and get some reps. And who knows what you find. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, that's how we found Jalen Warren. There's always a guy that's going to come out of nowhere. It's not always in our camp. Sometimes it's somewhere else in the league, like Puka Nakua, but.
Well, and as far as kick returners, too, I can think of several all-stars. AB used to return kicks, right?
Yeah. Santonio Holmes did it.
Yeah, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
He's good at it.
Yeah, we have options.
But, who knows how this rule is going to play out, these kick returns. That'll be interesting to see. Hopefully we'll start seeing
I think it'll be a lot more entertaining.
Yeah, than just the wave.
Yeah.
All right.
It's just becoming a formality.
Well, what do you think, gentlemen? Want to save the rest? I mean, there's going to be a lot of fluidity in the line. I guess maybe we'll just touch on it. The hot topic right now is moving Jones to left tackle and then moving Futano to right tackle and Dan Moore to right tackle and let those two fight it out.
Yeah, I mean, I believe we went over this last week and actually possibly the week before.
Yeah, we beat it.
Those positions. Yeah, that one's pretty beat. I mean, I'm excited to see what the rookie can do. I want to see what Broderick can do on the left side.
Yeah, definitely. Will it be well, you got to try it, right? You got to try it to see if it works. If it doesn't work, then fuck it.
So here's my thought process on that. James Daniels gets traded before final roster cuts. Dan Moore stays at left. Broderick Jones goes ahead and stays right there at right. And Fontanua slides right in there at right guard.
Right guard?
Yeah.
Wow.
I can see that. I mean, also, if we were to get rid of Daniels there, I could still see Patano starting at right tackle and Frazier getting the start at center, Herbig being kicked to right guard.
May eventually see that. I don't think they're going to throw Frazier in the fire too early, though.
No. We're not going to do it to him what we did to Kendrick Green.
Well, probably two completely different animals. But yeah, right. That experiment was over before it began.
Yeah, great value Pouncey didn't work out.
Yeah, right. Great value Pouncey. He pretty much didn't work out anywhere, actually.
No, he did not.
Well, cool beans, guys. We say we wrap things up for tonight, and we'll see what happens next week, but we'll be back at it. We'll make sure to put the link out there for our Discord channel. And then, hopefully Nolan will be, he took his laptop with him, so we'll be pumping stuff out there on social media as well, too. So thanks for following. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Good to be back with you, talking Steelers. TA, Kitch, have a great night, guys.
All I want to say is, Nation, turn on your TV so we can see who our next commander-in-chief will be.
That's right. It's on as we speak here. So look forward to tuning in on that. Kitch, probably see you tomorrow, man.
Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah. All right, brothers. Have a good one, Steeler Nation. Careful in the hot tub, man. We'll see you next time. What do we say? We are out of here.
And now, back to the Steelers Realm podcast, live from the Steelers charity basketball game. Here are the boys of Steelers Realm. Check back next week into the Steelers Realm.